Welcome back to Hotspot Rides. Today we're gonna check up on 2016 Zhidou D1, a 3-door hatchback and a microcar, which it surely is. It is 2.77 meters long and basically as tall as it is wide at 1.55 meters. So it perfectly fits into a microcar category, and also the numbers and specs fit the microcar, which fits it being a city car. So it is a fully electric hatchback with 3 doors, as I mentioned, so driver, passenger and the boot, and it possesses a monocoque which combines chassis and the body into one, uniting a passenger space, protecting it, and sits on 13-inch alloy wheels with a front independent suspension, and in the back we have a united rear axle. So it is an electric front mounted electric engine producing 15 kilowatts, which translates to 20 horsepower. So it is also front wheel drive, and it has a fixed ratio gearbox, basically no gearbox, no CVT. It is just an electric engine in front. It has disc brakes on all 4 wheels. And let's check the design. So it has a very cutesy wootsy look. Those are the halogen lights, pill-shaped lights, so high beam, low beam, and the daylights at the bottom. A lot of plastics. We have mirror which adapts to a situation in a city, standardized door handle, a keyhole, some spoiler in the back, and pretty basic rear. So the design is from 2016, back when electric cars were being really forced into the market, but people didn't really like them, so they tried to make the cars look as normal cars as possible. So this one looks like it has cooling for the engine, but it's actually for the wheels, for the brakes, and for the battery. So this car has 18 kilowatt hour battery, lithium, which will enable this car on paper to reach 180 kilometers of range, which is not happening. Just today I checked, which this is pretty low mile car. It has 15,000 kilometers on the clock, and I did 31 kilometers with a 50% drop in battery charge. So I will do 62 kilometers. But it gotta be fair, it's 0 degrees outside, which is the enemy of electric car. Otherwise you will feed it whatever you want. It's cute. And it's also a performer, to be fair. This car reaches 90 kilometers per hour in a lot of seconds, but it will reach it, and this is not just a city car anymore. You could go somewhere if it's not cold. So the distance between the wheels, the wheelbase is 1.7 meters. So it's basically just 20 centimeters longer than the Africa Twin I reviewed a month ago, saying a lot about the stability at higher speeds. So this is not meant to be used for longer distances. This is a car you have for traveling to work, routine job, maybe pick a kid or go shopping, but that's all, except if it's very warm and the car has no mileage. So regarding the charging, we have pretty standard, like the normal car, socket here instead of gas. It will charge in minimum 5 hours. It's meant to be charged at a home socket, 220 volts AC. But if you're using a slower normal cable without that center box, it will need 10 hours to charge. So yeah, this car is not really for distances and to be used a lot. It's just to get from A to B in a fun way. So to be fair, this car really lacks of safety features. It has no safety features except the rear sensors, basically, and the brakes, which you have, I guess. Anyway, no ABS though. If you brake, you will lock the wheel and you will snap. So you need to, it's really a driver's car, to be fair. It's electric, but it's a driver's car. It's like a go-kart with a roof. So to go on, let's check the interior. We are greeted with beautiful leatherette seats. They look like new, but they're fake leather, but still they look very nice. Otherwise everything is, you know, plastic. The price doesn't really reflect it, but I guess for 2016 it's okay. So a lot of plastics. We have ventilation. We also have some USB and aux and 120 watt 12 volt socket. So it's useful, everything you need, straightforward. Manual AC. Here you change the gear from, you know, from rear, neutral, drive. We have a free-armed steering wheel with nice horn. You actually still have some power. You actually adjust mirrors electronically. And otherwise, you know, basic stuff, lights on, off. You even have fog lights in this car, and the wiper, a lot of technology. In the middle we have the dash, standard dash with lights, with the battery charge at 50% right now, distance, range, an hour, and on the left the speed. And in the center console it has Bluetooth and navigation, but this is a rental, so it's overridden with their system, which is quite annoying, sadly, guys. Here we have the mirror. No mirror here, but your lady will have it for her makeup if she stays with you after she sees you bought this car. You have light. And in the middle, actually, this is how you drop. You also have electronic window movement, and this go all the way down. Yes, beautiful. And the cup holder. The seats can also be manually moved forward or in the back, and the steering wheel can be lowered or heightened manually. So let's keep it where it was. I liked it like this, so you can see the dials. So it's pretty straightforward, as straightforward car as possible. You can also adapt the mirrors electronically, actually. So I want to move the left, which is also nice. So you can see the electricity is powering stuff also for your comfort. So you will also have a party. You have 2 speakers, so it's a whole car, but it still feels, you know, you're not closed, isolated. It has no road isolation. You will hear it. And we have a handbrake, so you can also drift a bit. And what's beautiful here, you have aluminum pedals, but I really hate that there is no barrier. So if you have something here, you drive, it will move under your pedal, you're absolutely screwed. So this is something that should be fixed, in my opinion. This is also, you see, a snow blockade here. This is just screwed. And yeah, this is it. Pretty straightforward car. It's nice to be here, it's comfortable, it's a little bit premium actually, the seat. Everything else is straightforward. So let's actually check the boot now. And the thing is, you cannot open it from the outside. You have to use this latch. And I once spent 10 minutes to figure it out, and I paid 10 euros. Well, okay, I'm lying. I spent 3 euros for that because of the pricing. So we are here with 270 liters of trunk space. We also have some pockets, pretty useful. Otherwise, straightforward plastic. It would be funny if there was leather in the back and not in the front, but it's great. We also have a cable here, so always available for you. Everything else is, you use your hands. It's not too hard, I guess. And the one thing is, this car has no spare tire, but otherwise the maintenance cost should be pretty low. It's a 13-inch wheel. I think it's 165/55, so each tire would cost you 50 euros in today's prices. And yeah, we can also see some daylights right now. Beautiful. It's a good car. I wonder how it drives, huh? Shall we go? Let's go. Oh yeah, just so Drive. Gotta say, sometimes I have issues when I start the car. I have to turn off the lights and everything, otherwise it just won't load. It has issue with current. Maybe it's because of the rent-a-car, you know. But I do spend sometimes quite a lot of time because I have issues. If you're watching, you know, let me out, please. Thank you. So this is pedal to the metal. Yes, yes. Oh, I gotta brake now. So as I said, the car is like a go-kart. Basically, you can drive it fast and aggressive. You really feel it, but it's still, because of the short wheelbase, you're screwed. If you lose traction, you will spin. So you gotta be smart about it, of course. There's nada safety features, and which is actually funny. This car costed, what, brand new in 2016, 20,000 euros. We checked the Dongfeng box for that money. Well, 25, but still, the Dongfeng is a complete damn car. What are you doing? Okay. And this is not. I mean, this is a go-kart, but 10 years prior to that. It will be just 10 years old in February. And the guarantee was, I think, 2 years and 40,000 kilometers. Many of those cars have very low range, and the battery pack has, I think, 8 years or 180,000 kilometers. So you won't reach that. This car is, you know, the purpose of this car keeps the distance low. Even if you use it every day for 10 kilometers, you know, you will need some time to reach that. Otherwise, it's responsive, it's quite fast. You know, let's actually, if you have no car behind, let's do a 0 to 60 kilometers per hour. There we go. Oh my god. Yes. Yes, don't do it. Okay. So we woo! So it's, you know, it's, you have to learn to hold the brake and the pedal, and then you get the nice acceleration. Balance needs to be good, otherwise you miss it and you have zero acceleration there. So it has a learning curve. It's very fun car to drive. It gives you a lot back, even though it's electric. I like it. I mean, right now I can buy a similar car to this one, having 20,000 kilometers, for 5,500 euros. I found them on the marketplace. I'm not sure, for that money I would go maybe for, I don't know, Golf or something. But it's a good option, you know. If you have a socket at home, you can really save a lot on gas, and the service is low. You also have a lot of spare parts on AliExpress. I just checked this morning. You can buy a brand new front suspension, independent suspension, or headlights or rear light mirrors. Everything is available there. So if you have a garage space, I would advise to go for this. You can keep your car costs very low for this, but I sadly don't have this prestige. And yeah, let's go. So yeah, it is still a tiny car, so in the traffic people will try to squeeze you a bit, but if you have the substance, they can try, but they cannot make it, you know. So this car also is said to have a regenerative charging, but I don't really feel it. I guess if this wasn't with software, I would be able to adjust it, and I definitely would have, because this really gives you a lot of energy back, which is otherwise spent by braking it, which also degrades the brakes, and you lose the charge. It doesn't go into the battery, but the energy is used in the brake pads. So I'm not sure if that's true. I found it on the internet and I don't feel it, to be honest, but if it is an option, it's a great addition, and it also adds miles and kilometers to your range of the battery. So the update before I returned the car, I did 36 kilometers and I am below 40%. So I don't think I would be comfortable to even say I would reach 50 kilometers with this car on the single charge at this temperature. So there's some benefit to the doubt, but you know, it's a real use case, real life use case. You drive also during winter. So this is and it's a low range. It has only 15,000 kilometers on the dash, so the batteries didn't really do much except being heated and cooled because of the nature effect. So I would suggest this car to somebody who also has a garage. I think it's quite important and practical thing when thinking about the electric car. So overall, the Zhidou D1, it's a great microcar, perfect city commuter, daily city commuter, with the low costs, low maintenance, but pretty high starting price. It has all the functions you really need. I mean, if you are a little bit of a technical guy, not an average consumer, never, because there is no functions at all, no safety features. If there's I can already see a girl drifting into the wall. I mean, those modern cars lift the bar for people, and I think somebody who really used, you know, car with the safety features, average car today because of the European standards especially, and sits into this car, as soon as it gets wet, I think a high percentage of people would actually hit something. So definitely not a car for everybody, but for somebody who loves cars, knows a little bit more about technical aspects of how braking works, how the weight distribution works. Reminding me, this car weighs 670 kilograms, so it's very light. So 20 horsepower is more than enough for this. I wish there was a bigger battery pack installed, but it's a great car. I've been driving those for 5 years now, I think, and I never had issues with them except maybe electricity sometimes, but I'm not sure if it's a car or if it's rental company software. But otherwise it's a good performer, especially for the city. Everything you need. And I even went once to a highway, 90 kilometers per hour, no problem. It's a bit shaky, but yeah. Yeah, maybe one thing though, it's a microcar, right? So it's very small. So it happened to me quite sometimes that when I stop at a red light, the sensor of a red light does not sense me. So I spent 2 complete cycles of red lights and green lights before thinking about it, like, damn, this is taking some time, I want to take my turn. So I had to move really close to a red light for it to sense me. So this is the only thing that maybe there's a problem, because the car is so small. Those systems actually don't, you know, sense you. But yeah, let me know what you think about the car. Would you buy something like that? Do you maybe have something like that? In that case, please let me know if there's something more you want me to talk about. As I said, it's a great car. And yeah, leave a like, subscribe to the channel. There will be more content coming. Normally I am doing now motorcycles more often, but it's cold, so there's no way now. There will be more content in 2026. Stay tuned. I will also make a review soon of overview of my year. So yeah, stay tuned, have fun, love yourself. Merry Christmas guys, and Happy New Year. This will be our year. Cheers. Ta-da!